to my YouTube channel Animals and Pets with Partha. Today's episode is, of course, somewhat very important because here I am going to discuss with you about man's best friend. As you know, of course, I've been talking about different animals, many of which I have kept myself. But dogs, of course, is a priority in my life. And ever since my childhood, I've been into keeping pedigree dogs, and then I have bred news champions all around the country, and some of my homebreds also won outside the country. But apart from that, my name has been associated with some of the greatest imports over the years. This being said, of course, if you say that I belong to the world of only purebred dogs, and that I have no compassion about dogs in general, I don't think you will do justice to me. What I like to tell you is that dogs, of course, when dogs were created, they were glorified by man. And they created numerous breeds of dogs. Like they have created a 1 kg dog to 50 kg dog to 80 kg dog and things like that. And all are, of course, belonging to the same species, the carnivorous animals. They have the 4 canine teeth, which helps them to tear meat. So they all belong to the carnivorous animals. But apart from that, the variety and not only in shape and size, in performance, but also I would say that their temperaments are different. They have taken so much of effort to build different breeds, so specifically different. And not only that, they were able to standardize them. And standardize to the extent that they have a foolproof standard for each breed, from the breed of its, from the country of its origin, and the people involved. So everything has been documented, and I'm sure all these documents will be available in the KC London office in Piccadilly Street in London. But of course, the dog game is spread across the globe, and then of course, when I started into the game many years ago, which is about more than 50 years that I am involved with the dog game directly as a breeder, exhibitor, and a judge and an organizer, of course. And every part of it I did enjoy. And not only did I enjoy it, I did it with so much passion. It was never for money. I'm fortunate to be born in a family where I didn't have to fend for myself on a day-to-day basis. I didn't have to earn a living to get married, or even when I had my first child, or the only child that I still have today. At that point of time also, I never was under the compulsion of doing any job or any business. Now, what I like to say is that the dog game, we have completely dismantled the entire system of specialization, and the judges and everything has been completely diffused. So people have no clue. The judges don't know what they're doing. I don't say everyone, majority of the judges. And then, of course, the organizers exactly know that they have to have these dogs put up, otherwise the show cannot happen. And then so initially you have all these handlers. These handlers are, who are these handlers? Handlers are just, people who will exhibit the dogs. Dogs are the most important thing there, not the handler at all. The dogs don't win because of handlers. In some cases, of course, the handlers play a positive role to enhance or sort of are able to expose the brighter side or the finer points of the dog to the judge in the the time that is debuted, which is a couple of minutes maybe at the dog show. But the main thing is you have to have a great dog to make a great winning. But now the entire thing has changed. Now it's all the handlers are the agents. They talk to the organizers, they fix the judges, and that's how the dogs win. Now comes the time when I see a sea change in the dog world. Over the years, I have also changed a lot. I became a judge and I used to travel extensively by train and later on, of course, distances which were not being able to be, we couldn't cover by train, we would go by air. But it was the time when people considered that dog judging was sort of a waste of time. Not only that, it was not at all paying because it was an honorary job and you had to devote so much of time and effort. And not only that, when I took it so seriously, I would study. In fact, I would carry books and even before the show, previous night, I would keep awake for hours just to read the standards of the breed I would expect in the ground. So all that, of course, was done, never expecting, never knowing that someday it would be paying. Well, there's a sea change now. Everything has changed. Now there are dog shows everywhere. I'm not judging. Not that I am debarred from judging at all. I have documents and I can produce those documents, court documents, where nobody has been able to debar me. They did try to do that, but the court, of course, sort of gave us relief. And immediately, because of the illegal way that people tried to debar some judges and things like that, was not acceptable. But anyway, I took it in a different light. Judging dogs was never, which I considered something which I could take advantage of other people. But the person who was involved, the syndicate, people who know the dog game very well, they know that this one person, the corrupt individual who is now known throughout the country and around the world as the syndicate of the dog game of India. He has built an empire of a very close association, a sort of a coterie of stooges, and through them he tries to earn he earns money by he has made judges by taking money, by taking favors. A lot of means everybody knows that the stories are around that even ladies who wanted to become judges have been exploited, and they all rejoice. Now we see this happening in our society, in this country, in certain places, but even in our dog game, which is really appalling that such we had to something which is so close to our heart, something which we the dogs that we love and the game and the fancy. And it was such a wonderful gentleman's game, and the aristocracy, and of course from the Britishers it came down to the aristocracy and the ex-rajas and maharajas of this country, and then of course to gentle people, and people made money. And now there are millions and millions of Indians who are enriched, and they're empowered, and they have the money to whatever luxuries they desire. And dog shows, they find, is a very soft target. They can buy the dog judges, they can buy the the organizers, and foreigners of course. This syndicate got a nexus with a European company, which is one of the European companies that are selling their judges and their dogs and things like that to this country. And they all come on this tourist visa, and they get a tourist visa, and they come here and they make a good earning. They not only earn a holiday, a free holiday in India, they get pocket money, they get shopping money, they get 5-star accommodation, they get all the hero worship and all that. And of course, they go back and send a fresh stock, and they're all tutored, and they come and they have to put a certain amount of dogs. These are the dogs we put out, because that's how it doesn't matter, because if by just putting up some dogs, if somebody gets a fantastic holiday in a foreign land, and that to India, then of course, why not? In those days, dog judges, because it was people said it was a thankless job. In fact, my mentor said, "Why do you want to become a judge? It's a thankless job. You will make more enemies than friends." These are the sentences that were told to me, and I had to evaluate I gave serious thought. Maybe I had spent sleepless nights thinking what I should do, whether I shouldn't involve myself in dog judging. But when I did start losing friends. Many people who were my friends before I became a judge, and after I became a judge, they exhibited under me, and once they lost, we were enemies forever. They never ever wanted to make up with me, because for them I was the worst ever enemy in this world. Now, there are hundreds and thousands of dog shows happening, pet shows, or whatever you call them, happening. Of course, I am not really judging that much. I only judge maybe just a few shows which are maybe organized by veterinary colleges, or where I know there is a crowd that it's not for money, of course. It's the people know that the dog judges are people with a different sort of expertise. If when you're judging at a veterinary college, you can be asked a lot of questions on dogs and dog shows and what's happening, breed characteristics, things like that. Why do you award? Why don't you award? You must have a sound knowledge of the soundness of every breed, and the weaknesses of breeds, and you must be responsible, or you must have reasons to put up a dog and put down a dog. Anyway, all that is a long story. What I would like to tell you is that the dogs have now become a commodity. It is no more in that echelon where you evaluate the dogs as man's best friend. So it's just, people are aggressively marketing the dogs, and you have bloggers trying to sell. Nobody knows what they're talking about, they're just borrowing some, sentences, some words, maybe a paragraph or maybe a chapter, and then they're trying to advertise their dogs, and it's all a commercial endeavor. Now, under the circumstances, it's a very sad state of affairs. You have the market of dogs. People are, there's so much of excess of breeding of dogs, and nobody has any clue of what quality they want and what should be, So their opinions are hundreds and hundreds of different opinions about the dogs and dog game and how you should bring them up and things like that. So it's all a very confusing scenario. As you know that when you go into YouTube, which is of course a free platform where anybody can just upload anything that they want, and you will see that of course there are some brilliant people who do sort of express themselves on, on various things, which is extremely helpful and will enhance your knowledge. But at the same time, more than 90% of them are all trash. But you must be in a position to sort of identify which is valuable and which is not. Like, you are exposed with this modern era. Even with your messages and telephones and everything, if you're not knowledgeable, or if you are not careful, there'll be a lot of frauds happening, and you may, So all that is happening. So under the circumstances, I would like to tell you that please, you as a buyer, be very, very responsible at the time of purchasing a dog or taking a dog as a free gift given in this. There are hundreds of dogs that are available free now, of different ages, because people initially take them and they can't keep it. They are looking for homes, and so it's all possible that you can get free dogs. But then remember, it's not, you can get a free horse or a free elephant, but you have to think what you will feed it, how do you take care of it, do you have the place to keep it? All that is most important. Anyway, I will close today, but these are some matters, some things for the animal lover, for the dog lover to ponder upon. And we see you next episode soon with more important things and how to bring up your puppy and look after it. Of course, I will give you basic advice how to naturally bring up your puppy. It's not that you go to pet shops and you buy expensive dog food and you buy cosmetics and things like that. What are the basic requirements of a dog? I shall explain in very simple terms, and be tuned with me. So log on to that, click the like button, share it, ring the bell. When you click on the bell, then what happens? You are intimated for every new episode that I come up with. Thank you and bye-bye. See you shortly again.